So in this lecture we will see the cos1 form of RC and RL network. Suppose the function is given as Zs is equal to s plus 2 upon s plus 3 and we have to obtain both RC and RL network using cos1 form. So first we have to identify whether it is RC function or RL function. When we plot the pole 0 plot, we see that at the origin the pole is lying, and because of that the function is the impedance function of RC network. Now if it is the impedance function of RC network, that means it will be the admittance of RL network. And call form is based on the continued fraction expansion. When we expand the function using continued fraction, we see that at the second step, that means the second quotient comes negative. Because the impedance or admittance can never be negative, that means cos1 form of RC network cannot be obtained using this impedance function. So we will, instead of realizing the impedance function, now we start realize the admittance function. So we start realizing the admittance function. Now the admittance function is s plus 3 upon s plus 2. Because it is the admittance of RC function, that means it will be the impedance of RL function. When we expand the function using continued fraction expansion, we see that total 3 quotient are there and all the quotient are positive. So because we had realizing the admittance function of the RC network, that means first quotient will give the admittance of the first element. Because it's defined the admittance of the first element, and admittance is only defined by the shunt element, so first element will be connected in shunt. In case of RC network, the shunt element series in the cos1 form, series element is resistor and shunt is capacitor. So circuit will be like shunt element capacitor, next will be series element resistor, next will be shunt element capacitor, and total number of elements will be equal to total number of quotient, because 3 quotient are there, so 3 elements will be there. When we compare the quotient with the admittance and impedance of the branch, we see that first quotient is the admittance of first element, which is equal to SC1, that means C1 is equal to first 1 farad. Second quotient is equal to impedance of second element, that is R2, that means R2 is equal to 1 ohm. Third admittance is equal to third quotient, which is equal to SC3, that means C3 is equal to half farad. Now when we are talking about the RC circuit, we are realizing the admittance function, and when we talk about the RL circuit, we are realizing the impedance function. So because we are realizing the impedance function in case of RL network, so first quotient will give the impedance of the first element, and impedance is defined by the series element, so the circuit will start from the series branch. General cos1 form of the RL network have series element is inductor and shunt element is resistor. So circuit will be like this: total number of elements is equal to total number of quotient, that is 3. So series element inductor, shunt element resistor, again series element inductor. Now the first quotient will give the impedance of the first element because it is connected in the series branch. So Z1 is equal to SL1, that means L1 is equal to 1 Henry. Second quotient will give the admittance of the second element, which is equal to 1 upon R2, that means R2 is equal to 1 ohm. Third quotient will give the impedance of the third element, which is equal to SL3, that means L3 is equal to half Henry. So point to be noted is, because RC function, we realize the admittance function of the RC network, so it will start from the shunt branch, and we are realizing the impedance function of the RL network, so it will start from the series element. Similarly, cos2 form, we can obtain the cos2 form from the same function in both RL and RC network. The function is the RC impedance function, which can be said as RL admittance function. So when we expand the function using continued fraction expansion, we see that total 3 quotient are there and all the quotient are positive. Now in the case of RC network, we are expanding the impedance function, that means first quotient will give the impedance of the first element. In case of RC network, in cos2 form, the general form contains series element is capacitor and shunt is resistor. So total 3 quotient are there, that means 3 elements will be there: series element capacitor, shunt element resistor, again series capacitor. Because we are realizing the impedance function, first quotient will give the impedance of the first element, that is 1 upon SC1, that means C1 is equal to 3 by 2 farad. Second quotient will give the admittance of the second element, that is 1 upon R2, that means R2 is equal to 1 upon 9. Third quotient will give the impedance of the third element, that is 1 upon SC3, that means C3 is equal to 3 farad. So in this way, with the same function, we can obtain the core form of RC network and core 2 form of RL network. In case of RL network, we are expanding the admittance function. In the case of RL network, we are expanding the admittance function. So the circuit will start from the shunt element and first quotient will give the admittance of the first element. So because in the case of RL network, core 2 form has the series element is resistor and shunt element is inductor. Total 3 quotient are there. That means circuit will be like this. Because we are realizing the admittance function, the circuit will start from the shunt arm. So shunt element inductor, next will be in series, that is resistor, next will be in shunt, that is inductor. When we compare it with the quotient, we say that first quotient is giving the admittance of the first element Y1, which is equal to 1 upon SL1. That means L1 is equal to 3 by 2 Henry. Second quotient is equal to impedance of the second element, that is R2. That means R2 is equal to 9 ohm. Third quotient is equal to Y3, which is equal to 1 upon SL3. That means L3 is equal to 3 Henry. So when we put these values in this circuit, we get the circuit from the given function. So in this way, with the help of both, in this way, with the same function, we can obtain both RC and RL network. So this is the end of synthesis part. Till now we had seen this poster and core form of LC, RC and RL network. Now this is the assignment. Total 3-4 questions are there. You can try it at home. Now the next topic we will start is filters. Now the point is, what is filters? Filters is the device which allow certain frequency signal to pass and block all others. So generally filter networks are widely used in the communication system to separate various voice channels. Broadly, when we classify the filters, it can be classified as active filter and passive filter. Active filter means they are having the active components such as op-amp and transistors, and passive filter means they are having the passive components like resistor, inductor and capacitor. But in depth, both active and passive filter can be classified as low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass filter and band stop filter. So when we are talking about the low pass filter, it passes the low frequency signal and blocks all the other high frequency signal. So when we plot the gain versus frequency plot, gain means ratio, voltage gain means ratio of output voltage to input voltage. When we plot it, for the low frequency signal, the input signal, the amount of signal which we are given in the input is transferred to output. That means V0 upon Vi ratio is equal to 1. So it will pass the signal for the low frequency and stop it for the high frequency. That means each and every filter has two bands. One is the pass band in which it is passing the signal, and second is the stop band in which it blocks the signal. So the frequency at which the filter moves from pass band to stop band is called cutoff frequency. In case of ideal filter, this transition is sharp, very much sharp. But in case of practical filter, the transition is like this. This is because the filter circuit is having inductor and capacitor. So they are dynamic elements. So fast transition is not there. In case of pass band, the ratio of V0 upon Vi, that is gain, is equal to 1, and in case of stop band it is equal to 0 because no signal is passing towards output. That means V0 is equal to 0. That means gain V0 upon Vi is equal to 0. So filter has two bands, pass band and stop band. In pass band it passes the signal, and in stop band it blocks the signal. Cutoff frequency is the frequency where filter enters from pass band to stop band in case of low pass filter. So low pass filters passes the low frequency signal, that means from 0 to cutoff frequency, and blocks all the other high frequency signal. When we talk about the high pass filter will pass the high frequency signal and blocks the low frequency signal. That means it will block the low frequency signal and pass the signal from cutoff frequency to infinity. Again, two bands are there, stop band and pass band, and where the point of frequency where this transition is taking place is called cutoff frequency FC. Similarly, next classification is band pass filter. Band pass filter means, as the name indicates, it will pass a certain band of frequency but blocks all other frequencies. So it will pass certain band of frequency from FC1 to FC2 and all other frequencies will get blocked. Ideally, the characteristic of gain and frequency is like this, but in case of practical system, the transition from stop band to pass band is not very much sharp and it will take place like this. Similarly, again the transition from pass band to stop band is not very sharp and it will take place like this. So two cutoff frequencies are there in the case of band pass filter, because once this filter is entering in pass band from the stop band, and in the second case it is entering the stop band from the pass band. So two frequencies are there. Whenever there is a transition between stop band and pass band or pass band and stop band, the frequency is defined as cutoff frequency. So two cutoff frequencies are there, FC1 and FC2, and filter will pass certain band of frequency. So first cutoff frequency is the frequency where the filter is entering the pass band from the stop band, and second cutoff frequency is the frequency where this filter is entering the stop band from the pass band. Band pass filter is also known as series combination of low pass filter and high pass filter. Similarly, band stop filter, this is also known as notch filter. So this filter, as the name indicates, it will block certain frequency range and passes all others. So the characteristic must be like this. It should block certain frequency band and pass all other frequency signals. So again two cutoff frequencies will be there, because in this case, in this band it is passing the signal, in this band it is stopping the signal, in this band it is again passing the signal. So whenever there is a transition between stop band and pass band or pass band and stop band, the frequency defined at that point is the cutoff frequency. So two cutoff frequencies are there. At first cutoff frequency, the filter is entering in the stop band from the pass band, and at the second cutoff frequency the filter is entering in the pass band from the stop band. This is the ideal characteristic. When we see the practical characteristics, the characteristic is like this. So instead of this sharp transition, the transition will be delayed. Similarly, here also instead of this sharp transition, the transition will be delayed. And because of this notch, this filter band stop filter is also known as notch filter. This band stop filter is also known as parallel combination of low pass filter and high pass filter. Now comes the parameters of a filter using which we are designing the filter. So this topic we will cover in the next class, that what are those parameters which are helpful for the designing of a filter. So okay, thank you.